Hey guys, Marco here, welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to talk about technique and I want to show you a bunch of exercises that can take your playing to the next level. The exercise that I played at the beginning of the video can be scary at first. It looks quite stretchy and complex. However, when you slow it down, you realize the pattern that I'm using. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. So this exercise is basically a variation of the famous 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise that we all have been practicing and playing for years. Now I want to show you how to play this exercise, but also how to get there step by step. We're going to analyze the exercise so that you can understand all the technical elements involved. This exercise is also about putting focus on certain aspects of your fingers that you may never have thought of before. So how do we get to play this exercise? Well, the step number 1 is very straightforward. Fingers stretching is the key. Let's just start with 2 notes. For example, the F and the F sharp on the low E string, fret 1 and 2. Just play these 2 notes with the index and the middle finger. Now when you play with the second finger, you want to hold the first finger down like this. Now the secret is not to play these 2 notes fast. Instead, just pause for a moment and just try to figure out what's going on. Press down the first and the second fret and notice the space between the 2 fingers and how the index finger is way flatter than the middle. Now the index finger is the anchor that is going to give you the control you need to stretch the middle, the ring, and the pinky. So let's just play the first exercise slowly. Just keep the thumb all the way down right in the middle and just play the first and the second fret. Once you get to the fret number 2, you want to move this position 1 fret up and then you play the reverse. So you're going to play with the second finger and then the first. Then you go to fret 3. And then you go to fret 5 with the middle finger. And we finish with the fret number 5. Now with the second step, we want to add the other 2 fingers. We're going to do it on the G string, which is basically right in the middle of the fretboard. It's kind of a neutral position. So the goal here is, again, you don't want to play these 4 notes too fast. You want to keep the thumb low and just try to figure out the position of the fingers. Notice how the index pressed down the string in a slightly different position by resting on the side. Then you have the middle and the ring pressing down with the middle of the fingertip. And then you have the pinky pressing down with the side of the finger. So here you just really want to slowly play these 4 notes. If you can't hold the fingers down, just release the fingers, but keep them really close to the strings. Then you want to bring the whole thing 1 fret up, so the pinky on fret 5, and just play the reverse. 5, 4, 3, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, and 2. If we spell out the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Now let's go down to the low E string and play the whole thing. When you get to the fret number 4, you want to slide the whole thing up and then you play the reverse. You do it again. finish on fret number 5. You don't have to use a metronome. This is not about playing it fast, it's more about getting the right control. So play it just as slowly as you can and don't worry about speed. Now, step 3 is about isolating the movement. We can make the exercise slightly easier by getting rid of one of the fingers. For example, we could use the combination 1, 2, and 4 to practice the finger stretch. So then we move up and we play the reverse. Another great pattern is the 1, 3, 4, which is a little more stretchy. So 1, 3, 4. Then we go up and we have 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1. Remember always to make it to the fret 5. Now, some of these combinations can be quite tricky, especially when we use 4 fingers. For example, we could have 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4. Then when we get to the top, we're gonna go up and play the reverse. So 4, 2, 3, 1. Now I will link the table with all the combinations down below. To be honest with you guys, for the success of this exercise, you can literally just practice the 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then the 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can leave out the other combinations. They're obviously great, but in this particular exercise, we're really gonna focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4 combination. Now, step 4 brings us closer to the exercise we are trying to achieve. So we're gonna be playing the same pattern, the 1, 2, 3, 4, but this time we're gonna try to play it on 2 strings. So we're gonna have the 1 on the D string, the 2 on the G string, the 3 on the D string, and the 4 on the G string. I'm picking the strings with index, middle, index, middle. So again, guys, the very first step, just take it slow and just try to figure out the fingers movement. Then you go up and you play the reverse, the fret 5, 4, 3, and 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Be careful with the finger picking pattern. You will have index, middle, index, middle, middle, index, middle, index. We can keep alternating, but it will get kind of weird. For example, index, middle, index, middle. Then you have index on the 3rd, middle on the 4th, index on the 3rd, middle on the 4th, and then you start again. And again, we can bring it down to the low E string. Now we go up. We go up. And up again. In the last step, I'm going to bring more space between the notes. So we can do it on the D string and B string. And I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, and 4. Now I'm picking the strings with thumb. So with the thumb, I have thumb, index, thumb, middle, and then I will have index, thumb, index, middle. So when we play the reverse, we start with the B string. Now notice that I'm not holding the fingers down anymore. we already developed the stretch with the previous exercises. And here we want to kind of keep the fingers really close to the strings, but we don't have to hold them down. We can have even more space, so I will play the B string and the A string. Or even more, the low E string and the B string. And with the last step, I can actually play the low E string and the top E string. Again, guys, this is not about playing as quickly as possible, as fast as possible. Just play it slowly and just really try to focus on the finger stretch. You can also play the strings simultaneously if you want. 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. Then you have 4 and 5, and 2 and 3. And you go up, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and so on. Now, when you try to put the whole thing together in one exercise, you want to go all the way up to the fret number 12 and then go back like this. So this is how we can use the 1, 2, 3, 4, a famous combination, and kind of spice it up a little bit to create something a little bit more challenging. Now we took it step by step, and so that means you can really spend as much time as you want on each step. Start slowly, focus on the finger stretch, and then you slowly get to the step number 5. Now I'm gonna leave you to practice this. Let me know if you like the exercise, and I'll talk to you soon.